Well, boys, today is tomorrow and Ludwig is in the news because if you guys don't know, this whole entire Hasanabi Hasan Piker collargate thing has been going down and he's been pretty quiet on it. Even though he's pretty vocal about a lot of other, content creator dramas. Like, it's not like this man isn't a drama frog himself. He's just a drama frog for the people that are on the approved list. And all those people on the list are in the fishbowl, boys. Go ahead and subscribe if you're new. We're trying to hit 30K. Yo, we're getting closer. We're getting super close. Don't forget to like as well. Let's try to hit 300. Yo, please. Thank you, everyone who likes the video, just in general. Thank you. And also, don't forget to comment as well. It helps you and me out. And don't forget to share the video as well. But other than that, let's get back to the video. If you guys don't know, everyone's been talking about how he is a lapdog of his son. All right. And it's pretty true because he has done a lot of things throughout his career to prove that he's a Hasan lapdog. We're not talking about in the sense of like, yo, that's my homie. I'm a ride for my homie. That's one thing. We're talking about some brother is legit willing to lie on the stand, grand jury and all, for Hasan. Take years for Hasan. And it could be a petty thing like a goddamn speeding ticket. It doesn't matter. To Ludwig, that man is a good boy, good little noodle. Hasan would never do wrong. Speed officer? Do you know how great of a driver he is? He wouldn't go 2 miles below the speed limit, let alone above. He sits right at the speed limit, never going a single mile over or below. But recently, this man Ludwig broke bad, all right? Don't get me wrong, he didn't break loose, all right? He's still within the confines of where Kaya is, all right? He's on the bed, but he did break the chain. He now can just walk out the door if he wants to. He has the free will to. But, he still has a paw on the mat and a paw off of it. He's gauging if Hasan's gonna shock him or not. And I would say this is a step in the right direction, even though he pulls back at the end. Because if you guys don't know, Ludwig has been staying silent on the whole collargate thing, but he recently gave his take on it. And I would say, damn, bro, you almost got it. It's like a kid riding the bike for the first time, and then they fall flat on their face. You're like, hey, you got 2 pedals in. You got 2 pedals in. I gotta be proud as a father.
Do I think Hasan shocks his dog? I have no fucking clue. I think he lied about having a shock collar. I think he 100% had a shock collar based off what's on my For You page. Maybe I'm getting psyoped. He's adamant that he hasn't shocked her. But that 100% is a shock collar.
Yo, I know you could do it. I knew you could do it, all right? Just because you were sucking on that Hasan cock doesn't mean it was never too late to get off of it, all right, chat? The best time to change is now. Now is always the best time to make a change in your life. Not tomorrow, not last week, right now. And you know what? He made a really good change. Now, he did try to pull back a little bit, talk about some, maybe I'm getting a psyop. Bitch, he showed you with the collar. What do you mean you're getting psyop? He's psyoping you himself? Like, is that what he's trying to say? Like, Ludwig, he showed you and everyone else on the internet the collar, and then the internet found the collar. It has a shock module. Your own girlfriend said, yes, it's a shock collar with prongs. Are you telling me your own girlfriend is psyoping you? Like, brother, your own girlfriend, woman you want to marry, all right, she has the same values as you. You two love sucking Hasan's dick. She even said that it had prongs.
So, what I gotta say, I'm in his house, I looked at the collar. The collar is taped off where I think there would be prongs.
So what, are you gonna say that there was no prongs and no tape? Like, I don't know what he means by psyop. Like, it's obviously a shock collar. He knows that it's a shock collar, but he's trying his best to, fence sit, all right? People call moist critical fence sitter. At least he called it, he called a spade, all right? He called it a shock collar off the rip. This is true fence sitting right here. It could be a psyop, but I think it's a shock collar. But I could be wrong, even though my own girlfriend, who is literally probably cheating on me right now with this man, is even saying that it's a shock collar. He just removed the prongs and put tape over it. But maybe the tape didn't exist. Maybe the tape was the psyop. But Ludwig continued on, all right? He continued on.
As a fact. I feel like that shit is 100% a shock collar. But I got no clue. And I think when you come in and you say, oh no, you're going to get the Hasan call now, I think like you are like genuinely pathetic. Like you are still pretending to live in a universe where it is like brave to speak out against Hasan, as if that is not like the popular side to be on. It truly, I think, is pathetic.
This man Ludwig is acting like he didn't pull down a video because one of Hasan's chatters went into Ludwig's chat telling him that Hasan was upset with his latest video poking fun at him. He has proven many times through his editing of his Mogul Mails. If you guys don't know, Ludwig had this channel called Mogul Mail. It was one of the biggest commentary channels out there, 1 million+ views per video. But after a while, Hasan started to get into a lot of trouble, and anytime, Ludwig would, poke or prod at Hasan, Hasan would immediately freak out, call Ludwig, and Ludwig would, for some reason, mysteriously, of his own free will, always take out the parts where he's critical of Hasan.
Like, it's like no different than what Muda did. He showed the context, though. It doesn't fucking matter that he showed the context. It's just a way to just literally farm off the fucking drama. Whatever. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? It's just...
I don't give a shit about this conversation. Frankly,
yeah, no video for Nick Marks from Ludwig, because...
I think it's dumb. You should call Hasan and apologize. Why is Hasan mad? What did I do? What'd I do? Because I'm a Mogul Mail? I feel like everything I said was fine. Am I crazy?
So Ludwig took down the video and then blamed Destiny and one of Destiny's fans for the reason why he brought down the video. Not Hasan. It was Destiny somehow, even though Destiny had nothing to do with the video at all. He just wanted someone else to blame.
About that if they're sponsoring and everybody will be happy. Where he blamed my entire community for harassment because of one random DM he got from a guy on Twitter who had nothing to do with me.
I was just being used in a proxy war for people who don't like Hasan. Now this is a DM from a guy that said no balls. And then I scrolled up in our DMs and I found out that this dude was my viewer 5 years ago. And has since moved on, I think clearly to like watching Destiny and on Destiny's behalf wants to like make Hasan's life a lot worse. And then
What a suck fucking comment. Like, what a stupid comment to make. You know better than this. You know that you would never stand for anybody doing this. That if I were to go up to you or if anybody else were to make a comment like, oh wow, Ludwig's fans think this because one guy DM me and he follows Ludwig on Twitter, which by the way, I don't think this guy followed me or Hasan or maybe not even Ludwig on Twitter, right? You know how stupid it is to make this type of generalization, but he does it anyway to defend his friend Hasan? How weak. What a spineless thing to do.
And obviously with that dumbass excuse, because at the time, and I don't know, hell, even now, Destiny was not as liked, but I'm like just trying to falsely claim that one of his viewers or someone that may have loosely been a viewer of his threatened you. I'm like, brother, that's disgusting. I'm like, come on, brother, we can't be doing that now. So obviously he had to edit that part out as well and, retract that whole statement.
Found out that this dude was my viewer 5 years ago. Hey man, love your streams. They help me out a lot when I'm bored or sad. When I have disposable income one day, I'll give you a few shekels a month. Dude,
this man is sitting here acting like he's been doing this brave thing of calling out Hasan anytime he did, he would cut it out. I'm like, this man completely stopped making any kind of drama videos. Well, we're gonna put that in quotation marks, any kind of drama videos. He basically stopped uploading to Mogul Mail because from what he says, it's just not the content he wanted to make because he just kept getting things wrong. To him, he considered himself almost a journalist instead of just a commentator, because I'm saying here, there's a difference between commentary and journalism. Commentary is, yo boys, we see some drama, here's some little slop, there you go, this is what we saw on the internet for today, yo, we're moving on. If someone else pops up, I'll let you guys know. Journalism is, I'm not going to say anything until I get all the facts, all my ducks in a row. But for some reason, to him, Mogul Mail was this huge journalistic endeavor that he took on, and it has consumed his life at some point. He just had to stop. It was taking over him like fucking the symbiote on Spider-Man, turning him into fucking Venom.
I'm never gonna upload a video on Mogul Mail again. Now, why? Is it because I am shackled by Hasan? Well, no. Even the video that you might be referencing that I took down where I mentioned Hasan in February was months before I stopped uploading. I uploaded dozens of videos after that. Let's go back to why the channel exists at all. All right. I made this channel initially for one reason only. I made it because I wanted a second channel to stream on or maybe upload my videos to. So I knew All right, these first 3 videos, I knew I was signing a deal with YouTube. The videos were kind of like Mail Monday, Woody's Gamers Tags, Mail Monday. Only when there started to have some like drama appear that I covered sarcastically at the time. Pokey leaks Ninja's message, Gideon apologizes, drama alert. I did this ironically. And then I go back to, talking about events I'm gonna do, talking about the inner workings of YouTube and Twitch, which I think I have insight on that I think is interesting. How much money do you make for 10 million views? Talking about the Smash event, whatever it is. But you guys might notice I do another drama thing, and that gets more views than everything else. And bit by bit, the channel goes from maybe giving my personal insight about how I feel about something like switching over to YouTube, or my insight that I have as a streamer or YouTuber, to let's talk about whatever the drama du jour is. And then it just became full blown. And I caught myself getting lost in the sauce, making videos for the sake of making videos that get views. I basically cannot not get 1 million+ views on a video that, by the way, I don't edit. I do it oftentimes on my first take and then just fucking rip it. What the fuck is the difference between the channel that Mogul Mail became and Sunny V2? They are slop that, profits off of somebody else's drama or tragedy, and I cover every single one. Oftentimes, I would argue in a worse manner because I'm trying to do it as quickly as possible. I remember a big drama coming up and thinking, oh, I need to beat Pyro and Moist Critical to this. I remember thinking this. That is how rotten my brain had become. Because I knew I were to cover a topic after them, it would get less views. That's how bad it became. And I lost control in the sense that I no longer had the jurisdiction to cover the things I wanted. And I'm also not doing a good job. I made a video, got a fuck ton of views, has 98.7% like ratio, called Twitch is Collapsing. All right. And this was about Trainwreck's bombshell tweet, now totally debunked, about Mizkif and I forget whoever else was involved. And I made a video about it that was like incredibly damaging. It was just not at all based in fact, because you don't have fact when you make a video based off of tweets that are completely made up. I had a corrections page that I had my mods make, and as you can see, there's a good amount of corrections. I get a good amount of shit wrong. And if you're making a video within hours of a drama happening, then weeks after it's happened and the dust has settled, oh, it turns out that the situation was different than we initially thought. I would joke I'm a journalist, so I'm coming at this with a good approach. I'm following the 4 pillars of journalism. But the reality is I was just feeding slop to the piggies, doing it because I was chasing the views, completely lost in the sauce. And only now do I realize what do I actually want to do is make shit that I am proud of. That's why I stopped it. I'm not going to bring it back. I'm not going to get shamed into bringing it back. I don't care. I will probably live with a subsection of drama audience that I cultivated that now are still in the drama sphere, right? Whether they've moved on to watch Moist Critical's maybe more drama videos, although I think Charlie's also experienced the same thing I did, so he's less drama than before. But it's just not something I'm interested in participating. And it's not fear. It's not because I was told not to. It is because I have always said that I don't like this type of content. I got lost in the sauce because I got addicted to the views, the grind, the money. And I don't need to do that. And so I shouldn't do that. I should actually put my content where my values lie, which is in making things that I'm proud of.
I don't understand why he just didn't tell the real truth of he's afraid of the fishbowl, because right whenever he stopped making mogul mails, the fishbowl came on the scene, chat. He saw what's grinding. I mean, like, he couldn't outcompete the fishbowl. We upload multiple times here. All right, chat. Mogul Mail could never hold a candle to the fishbowl. But in reality, I'm just sitting here thinking to myself, like, he probably just does not care, right? And there's nothing wrong with just not caring about the drama, right? There's nothing wrong with that. But instead of you just a long time ago just being like, you know what, boys, we're done. We're done. He was a I mean, like, boys, I'm like generational wealth. I mean, like, probably, I would say Ludwig probably has north of $40 million. I'm just saying, like, that max. All right, he's no XQC, but I'm not saying he's broke either. He didn't need the money for a long time. Hell, even whenever he made the channel, he didn't need the money. He was greedy. He told you he's greedy. He's a greedy fuck. But it's pretty obvious that, the weighing down on him wasn't just him making slop videos that he didn't want to make whenever he didn't need to make them. I mean, like, chat, he was rich. I mean, like, extremely rich whenever he was making those videos already. He was making good money off of that YouTube contract alone. So him making that channel was just icing on top of the cake, right? He didn't need the money at all. He just was being greedy. So obviously his morals of, well, I don't like slop videos wasn't really weighing him down because he was making them. Chat, I'm just saying here, I don't like makeup tutorial videos. You'll never see me do a makeup tutorial video. Someone would be like, straight, you would become a billionaire the next day. I would never make a makeup tutorial video just because just don't like makeup. Right? I just don't like makeup. It's not my thing. But for something that this man is so vehemently against, he was all ready to wake up early in the morning, run to his PC and giggle while he was making his little videos, right? But then everything started to weigh down on him more and more and more whenever Hasan started asking more and more and more from him in his pretty huge commentary videos. I'm like, he was one of the biggest commentary channels out there. And obviously, him criticizing Hasan in any way, even if it's poking fun, would put a negative light on him. And obviously, you know, Hasan is all about his appearance, all right? He's extremely vain. So after a while, that's probably what actually weighed down on him. But, you know, the real excuse is, I just don't want to make videos anymore on the Mogul Mail channel. It's like, bro, if you want to just make Woody Gamers Tag mail style video, why don't you keep doing that? No one said you had to stop uploading to the channel. No one said they wouldn't watch those videos. Would they get less views? Yeah, but are you too much of a bitch to take that ego hit to realize, hey man, I'm just gonna have to take a hit on the revenue and on the view side to do what I love? So Ludwig had to address the whole Hasan part of, you know, his brand. I'm like, Hasan is basically attached to this motherfucker's brand at this point. Whatever Hasan does basically reflects negatively on Ludwig Ogren. Even if he says it doesn't, it does. It just does. So now Ludwig is trying his best to start separating himself from Hasan because he's realizing, I can't do anything. Like, in reality, is Ludwig a bad person? No. I think generally he's a good guy, but also he's a very misinformed and, you know, he very easily manipulated guy. I don't think he's a bad person. I think he actually makes really great content. But anytime he does that content, for some reason, he always drags Hasan along. Creating this whole entire realm where people are like, well, they have to be friends. You can't do content without Hasan. I'm like, hell, the Grand Prix little content he did a GP little thing at, I'm pretty sure in France somewhere. He dragged Hasan along there. And I'm just like, why would you drag him along to this huge event? Like, brother, you have done so much content with this controversial person. It's almost like, I don't know, someone doing content with EDP, and then people like, why are you doing content with EDP? You had to like, we're friends, bro. Like it's just content. It's like, bro, you do so much content with this man, and you defend him so much. No, I don't. Why would I defend EDP? Brother, it's just content. It's like, you know he does bad shit, right? EDP 445. That guy. He does bad shit. Oh my god, you acting like we're friends or something. It's like, brother, you keep doing shit with him. Of course we think you're friends. He keeps doing bad shit, and then you come out of the woodwork saying, he's not that bad of a guy. Come on, you guys are just misunderstanding. But now Ludwig is trying to separate his brand from Hasan. Alright, he's making the split. He's making the break clean, boys. Alright, he addressed this on stream.
We have Insanity Jacob who said, R.I.P. Hasan, had to make you stop posting, which is something that I have had follow me for some time now, and I wanted to talk about. Jellywig likes to talk about drama again. Let's talk about some shocking news that has happened on Twitch. Talking drama if it isn't Hasan, blah, 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 blah. Okay, a lot of people don't like when you talk about anything that isn't Hasan, right? It is, you're not allowed to talk about Emiru in until you talk about Hasan first, okay? You have to have your appetizer before the entree. I don't know.
I like how in this same clip, you guys will see, he's going to be talking about how him and Hasan aren't friends, but for some reason, he's not talking about the biggest drama out there with Hasan. He shot a dog on stream, animal abuse. On stream, he's abusing his animal. Don't get me wrong, the Emiru situation is pretty disgusting, and it's pretty wild that Twitch allowed it to happen. I have plenty of videos on it. Please go watch and support them. The algorithm has been actually suppressing any of my Emiru videos. I don't know why. The algorithm's been suppressing them, so top right hand corner if you guys haven't seen them. But I do believe it is disgusting and wrong. But also, you know what else people believe? Abusing animals is disgusting and wrong. And we saw it in front of our face, our eyes. We saw it. But for some reason, just because he didn't take a knife to the dog's neck and he only used a shock collar on it, that's not that bad. I mean, like, I can skip over that. He's just like trying his best to make up reasons why he shouldn't cover Hasan, someone that he's about to claim isn't his friend. If he's not your friend, why are you covering for him so hard? Why don't you ever cover any of his dramas? And any time his chatters come into your chat talking about Hasan's mad, you should tell them to go fuck themselves, because guess what? Hasan's his own man, just like you. Tell him to eat that shit.
I think a lot of people's lives live through the lens of Hasan, and then you can talk about something else afterward. Now, I wanted to talk about that because this comes from a video that I uploaded almost 2 years ago. I think it was end of February 2024. This is the reason why this happened. All right, I uploaded this video called Huge Streaming Drama. Now, the reason I uploaded this video is because it was February 27th. I had a sponsor and I wanted to make a lot of money. So I uploaded a video that talked about really not much. It was a filler video. But Hasan saying that streaming is harder than a 9 to 5. I poked fun at Hasan, and then I went on to do a sponsored ad read. I forget for what sponsor. And then filled up some bullshit, called it a day, made some money. Easy gig until Hasan reacted to it on stream. And then the video got a bit brigaded by Hasan fans who are upset, and the sponsors not so happy these days. I don't know if you know this. When Hasan comes up for sponsored deliverables. So I took it down. All right, I uploaded the sponsor at a later date, and then I re-uploaded the video.
So at first, it was Destiny's fault that he had to take down the video because he had death threats coming from Destiny's fans. Then he had to retract that statement. Now it's the sponsor's fault for having Hasan in the video, even though you've had plenty of, pretty big events like, I don't know, Streamer Wars and other things that has had Hasan there. He can't keep up with the lies. Like, at all. He's saying now it's the sponsor's fault because they didn't like Hasan being in the video. I don't have sponsors work, right? But I'm pretty sure, wouldn't the sponsor watch the video before you upload it? Wouldn't you just send it to them before you upload it? I'm like, that's how some sponsors work. Not all sponsors, but I'm assuming if a sponsor's just like, yeah, just upload the video, as long as our ad is in there, who cares? They don't care if Hasan's in it. I'm just saying, like, I'm sure at that point, they just don't care. Plus, as you guys can see, the sponsor was Rocket Money. Now, I did a little bit of research. This is the Google AI, but I would assume a lot of sponsors, especially like huge sponsors, kind of work like this. They give you creative freedom to do whatever you want in the video, just as long as their sponsorship is in the video. So they just give a lot of autonomy to the person making the video for the sponsorship. So somebody tells me Ludwig is lying again, and Rocket Money didn't tell him to take down this video. Like, again, he's making up these wild fantasies of the sponsors told me to bring it down. The man, I'm only a multi-millionaire, not a billionaire. So, I had to do it, but if it was up to me, I would have kept it up and took the sponsor out. Because why didn't he just keep up the video and take the sponsor out of the video? You can do that. Like how he edits out parts of his video that are, mean to Hasan? He can do that for the sponsors. Brother, just take the sponsor out and leave the video up. But no, I gotta take the whole video down. The sponsor told me to take the whole thing down, and man, I'm only a multi-millionaire, so I had to do what they say. Like, man, you are a bitch. Brother, if it's not Hasan, it's money. Like, you can't clip the whole entire sponsor segment out. You had to keep the sponsor segment in and delete the whole video. It's like, bro, you're making up wild fantasy excuses. But let's keep going on.
But because of that, I inserted myself into some shit that has been with me for 18 months. Bitch move? Maybe, but I also don't care to die on the hill. I don't think I was like making a poignant statement about how I disagree with Hasan's politics. I think it was the equivalent of, haha, Hasan said 9 to 5s are easier than streaming. Anyway, check out this one. So it's not like a moral hill that I was here to die on. It was, hey, I don't want to deal with the brigading from Hasan fans. I'm here to do this for a paycheck, so let me delete it. Was it the right move to make? Probably not, but it's the move I made at the time. It is what it is. I'm not that hung up on it. That was 18 months ago. And so, because of that, again, 18 months ago, I had dealt with people who now thought that, hey, Hasan messaged me, he made the boss call, I had to take down the video. That's not what happened. You can believe me or not believe me, I really don't care, but I swear on my mother's life, who I love more dearly than any human on this earth, that Hasan has never asked me to take down a video, and I did not do that because he asked me to.
I mean, like, Hasan not disavowing his fans brigading your video and then forcing you to take it down kind of is him making the boss call of take down the video, even if he didn't specifically message you about the video. We can say, fine, Hasan didn't specifically message you about the video, but he basically bullied you with his audience about it. I mean, like, if a mafia boss sends over some hitmen to shoot someone, is the mafia boss not also in trouble? I mean, like, it is called a hit for a reason. I mean, like, brother, we're not gonna sit here and act like him sending his gaggle of goons to, you know, harass you isn't him trying to tell you, hey, do what I want you to do, or else we're gonna continue to harass you. Like, brother, we're not gonna sit here and act like Hasan didn't do something to you. Like, he literally sits here and says, yeah, Hasan fans harassed me. Okay, so are we gonna not say, like, Hasan never disavowed that? Like, are we not gonna sit here and say, like, hey, Hasan, you should disavow your fans from harassing people? Or are you just fine with being harassed by Hasan's fans? He seems like it's just fine. He doesn't care. But whenever a rogue person messaged literally him, he had to make this whole video about how the person was probably a Destiny fan. But Hasan's actual real fans, the people he's also blaming for taking down the video, were the ones who were harassing you. But you never said that in your video. He never at once said Hasan's fans harassed him. He said, this random person that might follow Destiny, which the person didn't follow Destiny at all, was harassing me. And it was like one guy, he got one guide, but he's saying a whole slew of people came into his comments and into his stream harassing him from Hasan's side. But yet he never mentions Hasan until now. But it's fine. It's fine. He doesn't care. Yeah, Hasan harassing me? Oh my God. Who wouldn't want Hasan to harass them with his fans?
It just never happened, right? It didn't happen on everything. You don't have to believe me. I don't care. That just is the fact. You know, I think a lot of people are under the impression that Hasan operates a cabal of LA streamers and is an all-powerful being, and that's why people don't speak out. I don't know where this delusion comes from. The culture war was won by the right-wingers in the November election of 2024. It is more popular to hate on Hasan than to stand by him. But for some reason, I feel like people are under the impression that the inverse is true. It's just not true. It's just not true. If you don't believe me, watch Ninja stream and he goes, check this out, shock dog. Bleh.
That has to be the dumbest statement I've ever heard in my life, Chad. This man is acting like he wouldn't lose followers or viewership over his political statements or over his cultural statements that are not in line with Hasan's or some version of more progressive worldviews that he, you know, expresses. It doesn't have to be like, I'm a complete socialist communist, but he's probably going to be one of the people where he's like, yeah, we should probably feed and house the homeless. But he's like, no, I think we should like actually round them up and put them into prison camps. Yeah. Brother, your fucking audience is gonna revolt against you. It's not this far-fetched idea that just because a certain president won doesn't mean, you know, the opposite of his politics doesn't exist anymore. I'm like, let's all be honest here, chat. If he came out here today and he just threw up some damn Nazi salutes, if that's what Ludwig did, his numbers would start dropping. Let's all be honest, his numbers would start dropping because the vast majority of his followers don't fuck with Nazis. Let's just call a spade a spade. Brother, he's acting like his viewers changed like that. As soon as the election was over, I guess I'm a Nazi now. Well, I guess. It's like, brother, what? That makes no sense. On top of that, you have been collaborating with some of the most, you know, left-leaning, liberal, you know, streamers out there, or at least people that put off that vibe. Why would one day you just start saying, well, women should be in the kitchen and birthing out children? That's the only thing they should do. Like, that makes no sense. Of course, you would actually lose followers from that. He's trying to make it seem like him making that pivot wouldn't actually destroy him, or at least heavily handicap him for the next couple of years. And who knows? Maybe the culture will change back. He's like sitting here acting like, oh no, That's what people care about. The culture war. Not me being a hypocrite. I can make fun of every other streamer, but as soon as Hasan has something to say, I can't critique him at all. Like, this is so stupid. This is the dumbest shit ever. It's like, just because a culture war in your mind is won, just because a certain president won, doesn't mean the people of the other part of the culture don't exist. Like, they still exist. Right? They still have those feelings. Just because the president won doesn't mean those people's feelings change. Like, what? That is the most retarded shit I've ever heard. Like, is his object permanence just as soon as it's out of my sight, it no longer exists? Like, is that his object permanence? I'm like, brother, you know you have the same politics, not all the way, but like, you share a decent amount with Hasan with more progressive politics. So you know if you made this hard pivot into like hard right-wing culture, it would destroy you. No one say you have to defend Hasan, but you do have to call out the hypocrisies. I'm like, come on, my man. You can't just sit there like, well, I don't want to call out Hasan because we're friends. Well, he's about to say they're not friends, actually. You know what? Let's get into that. He's about to say, I would not even invite him to my birthday party. So, man, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
5 big years.
And it's the most viral thing he has done in the past like 3 years.
Boom.
Like, what are we talking about here? We're acting like it's popular to defend Hasan or some shit. All right. And I don't understand why. Now, coming clean politically, I don't know if you guys know much about me. I share probably a decent amount of politics with Hasan. Not everything. I'm not a socialist. I like making money. I'm a fucking CEO here. But, you know, some other maybe more social issues, sure. I'm also not even friends with Hasan. Legitimately, I'm not. He's not someone that I invite to like my birthday or things like that. He's someone I've done streams with, and I think they were fun. He's a streamer friend is the group I call. But we're not boys. My boys are fucking Slime, Aiden, Nick, the people that I hang out with actually on a week-to-week basis. When I retire, I will never speak to 95% of the streamers I collab with again. Hasan is part of that group. That's a fact. This is just the reality of life, okay? Connor, I'm an actual friend with. Connor, I would actually speak with after. But most streamers, I wouldn't. It's just true. They wouldn't go to my funeral. I wouldn't go to their funeral. We would never speak again. The same thing that you would experience if you ever worked like a job and then retired from said job or moved on to a different job. So anyway, this is the reality.
So yeah, Ludwig, I guess he finally dropped that friendship with Hasan and he's finally making it public, all right? The breakup is public. It's on the timeline now, chat. It's not like exes never get back together, chat. Let's all be honest here. We've all got a little sneaky link. Just because I hate you don't mean I don't love you as well. But something tells me he will continue to defend Hasan even during times of him blatantly lying. I mean, like, he tried to call out Hasan for lying about the shot caller. I'm like, hell, his girlfriend even said, yeah, it's a shot caller. He removed prongs though, so now it only vibrates. For some reason, that's a psyop to him, but for some reason, he will not fully and just come out completely saying, yo, Hasan, that what you did right there, that's fucked up, bro. That's real fucked up. I'm disappointed in you. He can't say that. All right, he can't say that. It always has to be good vibes. All right, it always has to be good vibes with his streamer friends. And I'm just sitting here like, brother, he's not your friend, but you still put friend in some title. I would say a streamer associate, right? You associate with someone, a streamer employee, someone that you do work with, a co-worker, a cohort, like something like that. This boy said streamer friend. He's not my friend. He's a streamer friend. It's like, oh my god, this guy. The illusions. Yeah, we're on a break right now, but we didn't break up. I mean, like, yeah, she's kissing a guy. I'm like, what am I gonna be jealous? Just like how Pokemon's jealous of. So yeah, Ludwig can't fully break off this relationship with Hasan Piker. Good old Hasanabi, unlike Pokemon with her employees. That bitch fired employees over this shit. Alright, click this video right here to find out what the hell happened. But other than that, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, and I'll see you all tomorrow.